Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Valeria and this is the off-road range. As you might have understood, I like the color of this container so much. It makes my videos bright in this dark and gloomy season. So, I continue building my local treatment station, and I would like to talk a little bit about what I already have and what stages await me. Construction of the local treatment station is a huge and complex object for me. So for this, I need a workplace and a place for materials. So I bought this container and organized lights inside. Also, I bought 3 tons of metal bar and I built 2 workbenches. Also, I partly removed soil from my land in order to place there bulk materials such as sand and rocks. And also, I made geological research by drilling holes in soil in order to understand its composition. But let's come back to metal bar and working into the container. I have a design of local treatment station. Firstly, it was developed by European engineers, and after that, every person who makes this local treatment station for himself makes some changes. So I made changes as well. And in order for my local treatment station to withstand pressure from soil and pressure of waste that is inside of the local treatment station, I need a metal frame. That is why I bought this amount of metal bar. So now I have to work with this metal bar. I need to create a metal frame. And firstly, I need to mark all these bars and to cut them. And it means that long hours and long days of boring and routine work awaits me. I will be working all days in the container, in these gray walls, in this cold environment, with not great light. So I don't think that this video will be bright and cheerful and full of enthusiasm, but it will fully show my work and it will show all the stages of construction of local treatment station. And I will be glad if you join me in this long adventure and watch this video. So let's go. There are 3 tons of metal bar and I shall sort and cut those pieces that I need. You might see that these pieces are ready. All of them has its numbers and its sizes according to my notes. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and so on. These are leftovers from metal bars that I cut. And I will think, how can I cut them more so that I don't have leftovers at all and all of them would be useful. For example, I have 3 metal bars and their length is 125 centimeters. In fact, you may see that they differ a little bit, but I cannot write every number on the wall. This will be too much. And for example, you might see that these leftovers have length 216 centimeters, and all these pieces will be useful for metal bar number 10. Let's talk about all these metal bars that I bought recently. I need all of them for designing and for building next constructions and next objects. And I bought some of them in advance because it is cheaper to buy them in bulk. I will show you some of my notes and calculations, but they look crazy and I don't think that anyone except me understands what it is about. For example, I have pictures like that. This is a piece of my work when I design something, and sometimes I do it in my notes, sometimes I calculate it on my laptop, sometimes I do it immediately in Excel or in the program for designing. It depends. But as usual, I have duplicates everywhere, for example, in sheets, in laptop, in several programs, and so on. And of course, I remember all of that, because when I repeat it day after day, week after week, of course, I know them by heart. And I would like to show you very briefly how I sort them and how I make marks where I should cut them. The difficulty is that all of them are different lengths, and I cannot calculate exactly which bar I will use for what. And the second difficulty is that they are like a very thick and heavy braid. They are not straight. They are mixed with each other, and I shall sort them, and it takes lots of time. Just briefly about me. I live alone, far away from the city and the conveniences of civilization. 2 years ago, I bought a small plot of land and started building a dream place on my own. Today, after 2 years of work, I have 10,000 square meters, and most of it is in rent. I have a small box of a house, where there is no water, no laminate flooring and furniture, and I sleep on the basic floor. I have a Jeep that is in urgent need of a complete repair and modernization. I have a trailer that has paid off for itself many times over, as I save on logistics. I have 2 sea shipping containers. One is used as a warehouse and the other is my workshop. And I have 7 hives, however, most of them require repairing. Currently, I am single-handedly building a local treatment station to organize water supply to my house and full waste recycling. So now you understand that one container is like a workshop and the second one as storage. And now you understand why I need 2 containers. You see that half of the one container is full with bars and it is still not enough space. I can measure only like 20 bars at one time, and I shall repeat it, and it takes more time than if I had wider space in order to sort all of them in one row. I'm sorry I didn't notice that you don't see my face, but anyway, I think that you understand what I'm talking about, and I will try to show you my face better. Let's check the other side. You see that they are different lengths. This is what I was talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, new day, new challenges. Yesterday I wasn't able even to mark metal bars for cutting them further, because I got a message from my friend that they finished repairing of their house earlier than they had thought, and they had some materials that I could use further in constructing my buildings. These materials are not new, but when there is lack of finances, you have to find any other suitable options. So I had to go to take this material, to come here, and so now it is the next day, and firstly I need to unload my car from this material and load them into this container, and perhaps after that I will have some time to at least mark metal bars. They also gave me as a gift this old chair and that old table. By the way, they asked me to take these materials immediately, since otherwise they would go to construction garbage. Let's go. In my activity, tow ropes are the necessary element of my life. There is never enough of them. Perhaps it seems that it is just garbage, but in fact it is a very good and dry wood that I can use for various wooden constructions, for example, for storing tools and materials. Today, good wood costs a lot. I also have some material inside the car, so let's continue. They are dry, they are not rotten, so they will be suitable for some construction, like temporary one. So it is already evening, it is dark outside, but who told that working day is over? I will mark metal bar, but the only problem I have is that I have only 14% of battery on my phone. Perhaps it will discharge fully. Anyway, I will tell you and show you everything later. So I finished at the point that I need 6 bars and I need to mark them, okay? The length is 2 meters, 62 centimeters. It's 2 meters, 62 centimeters, one more time. I will leave them for tomorrow. You may hear some noise. This is the heater that saved my life so many nights when I didn't have electricity in my house. Since container is metal, it is much colder inside than outside, and I want to feel comfortable. As I promised, today I will cut some metal bars. I will cut just a few of them since it is already evening and nothing is visible in the dark. I will touch this metal bar only when the machine stops. For work, I bought a Metaba metal saw with power of 2300 watts. It cost me $349. It goes with cutting disc of diameter of 355 millimeters. I hope the disc will work until I cut all rebar, since a new original disc may cost several $100s, and if it were a diamond disc, its price could be $600, $700. You could saw me painting my house in the exact same glasses. Here is the amount of metal. It has already taken me 2 months to work with the reinforcement. It takes a lot of time to cut it without any leftovers. It is very easy to cut metal bars as you want and throw away the pieces, but the consumption will increase significantly. I mark each reinforcement individually, so it takes a lot of time. After cutting, I always sort it and put it by numbers. I also always count it several times. So several days passed and I continue my work every day, and I cut metal bars day by day, one by one, and currently I need to check them one more time, to measure them one more time, to mark and to continue to cut. These metal bars are already cut. They also have their own numbers. Currently, here is total math because lots of tools come, lots of materials come. There are lots of leftovers from wood, from metal, and so on. Lots of plastic things. I cut wires for electricity. And I think that soon I need to clean the container, to sort it, and to make some system for storing everything in the order. After I count them one time, I always count them the second time, the third time, until I'm sure I can continue, because if there will be those that I don't need, then I need to decide what I shall do with them. And this is a problem. So I have 34 out of 88, and I need to continue to mark them and then to cut them again and again. By the way, what is your routine? Dear friends, I recommend you to subscribe to my channel. Here you can not only watch useful engineering and construction works, but also study socially acute topics in other playlists, or just watch my videos for your own pleasure and rest your soul. I also have a dream of 10,000 subscribers by Christmas, and I ask you to help me realize it. Please subscribe to me, leave a conscious comment, and share my videos with your friends. I will be grateful to your support. At the beginning of the video where I saw, you may have noticed that I was working slowly and uncertainly, but after a while, I am sewing clearly and quickly. Over time, I gradually developed a work algorithm for myself. The only point is that the reinforcement is heavy. Nevertheless, I try to do everything perfectly and clearly. And although it is not necessary to cut the metal so precisely, and I can use a welding machine to add several centimeters of metal, I want to make future welding as simple and clear as possible. There is a rule that at first you spend a lot of time on preparation, calculations, training, but then you do complex work much faster and easier. Therefore, I expect that when I start welding the frame, the exact dimensions of the metal rods will allow me to do it much faster. So, I'm finishing up another batch of rebar. In the next videos, I will have new challenges and new difficult and interesting work at the wrench. Be sure to watch my next videos. So, this was the last piece for today, and the next stage is sorting them out. All of them have their own sizes and there are no any leftovers, so all of them I need for future works. So, let's sort them out. 2 hours later. Dear friends, I say goodbye to all of you, and I am waiting for you in the next videos. It was Valeria, the off-road wrench. I wish you all the best,
and see you soon.